Oh, and we're back again. Hello, dearie.
Hello.
How you doing?
Great.
Do your rugby jumper on.
Loving life, yeah.
Blue and red. It's very much your colour.
Yeah, there's a German saying. Rot und Blau schlicht der Bauer seine Frau. There's a flying object. It's an insect.
Come and derailed our live stream already, huh?
Means red and blue. Like this is how the farmer hit his wife. He's hitting his wife.
What a great saying.
Grün und blau, rot and blau. Oh no, it's green and blue. Sorry.
Oh, welcome to So You Want to Be a Day Trader?
Hello.
I'm Lucky, Sophia. So welcome to our basically our live vlog as we embark on our day trading voyage. We've been vlogging for this is the third week now, yeah. Yeah, and we are trading along with some paper trading accounts. Trying to get crack this whole thing with day trading. So welcome to our repeat viewers and anyone that's new out there. It's more just a kind of something for us to look back on, I suppose.
So it stopped?
I don't know. YouTube doesn't look like it's having a great time, but we're going to kick on. So just before we start getting into our start of the week breakdown, just wanted to say that this is not financial advice, and we are not advocating this for anyone. We're complete beginners and amateurs, and this we don't take any responsibility or liability for any loss that may be incurred by people following what we're doing. Anyway, so to start off our week, what are we doing? Let's go over to our desktop screen. So basically what we've done the last couple of weeks is we've broken up our 26 currency pairs. If you don't know what pairs we're trading, go and visit our trading plan, which is in the link and in the chat box as well. We have divided all of our pairs up. I am taking care of the Aussie dollar, the Canadian and the pound pairs, and Sophia is taking care of our New Zealand dollar, our US dollar and our euro pairs.
Yay.
Yay. So every Monday we go through our trading journal, which we also have supplied a link for. On every one of our pairs we assess how we might be interpreting the charts, how we're thinking what momentum that we want to trade with as we go about our trades for the week. So just kind of in short, you can go and have a look at that trading journal, but I have put all the trades that I am looking that are for the pairs that I may enter into this watch list down here. This price list here are the pairs that I am waiting for, and I'm looking for intraday trades on pivot points, scanning the 4 hourly, 1 hourly and the 15 minute. Now generally for the 4 hourly I am looking for confirmation of my daily assessment. Then on the hourly I am looking for I'm assessing the health of the trade and also looking for entry points. So entry point for me is the EMA 50 especially lining up with a pivot point, and then also the RSI and MACD confirming the bias or looking pointing in the direction of the momentum that I want to trade. And then I'm using the 15 minute to enter the trade through price action. Generally in this pair here, the Canadian pound. So what I'm looking for here, I'm looking to trade this down. As you can see, it's swinging up and then kind of trading down. I have a overall bearish bias for this one. You can see that we are in fairly bearish momentum. Now what I've got to be careful of with this one is the end of the swing low and just basically a correction if it is going to trend down, or who knows what's going to happen. But right now what we're looking at is we've made a lower low, which is good. We are seeing some kind of trend. We're seeing the MACD push down with bearish pressure. We're seeing the RSI with bearish pressure as well, which is great. So in my 4 hourly, I'm also seeing this flow down. This is still in bearish territory. This MACD has crossed over. So this may be the bottom here. It may be signaling to me, but I am looking for bearish entries down here. So what I'd like to see is these candlestick charts come up where the pivot point, the daily pivot point, is meeting the EMA 50, and then retrace from there. And I'd like to see it basically hit these points, and then if we've got a bearish kind of trend up into these points where the pivot point and the EMA 50 meet, and my indicators are giving me good indication that we are still going to see a downtrend, I will go into the 15-minute time frame just to assess whether the bullish trend has finished. And as we can see with this one right now, we're seeing momentum loss. We've seen some nice long wick candles, retest, another long wick candle, but we haven't seen that lower low confirmed yet. And this one, the price isn't actually meeting the EMA 50 at the pivot point, so we're not looking at a trade just yet, but I am putting price alerts along my pivot points along here, and that's how I'm trading my pairs. And you can see the bias in the journal. And this week, well, I think the shine's come off for me a little bit. I am pretty happy to kind of trade along with my strategy. It is kind of more swing trading rather than intraday. So generally I've been entering about 5 trades a week, but this one I'm really going to keep watching and only enter the trades when they meet my criteria, and then assess from there. So we're taking a 1-for-1 risk reward just on these shorter time frames. So I'm entering on the 1 hourly, and yeah, so the past weeks have been kind of what we've been experimenting with, different type of formulas and everything. But
I actually did. What formulas do you mean?
Oh, sorry, different strategies, not formulas. Like with the MACD. I've been reading up a bit on Wyckoff theory.
Yeah. Because here's mine.
I've probably got a little bit more time at home at the moment, so. Yeah.
I still stuck to the stuff I actually haven't really progressed much as in new theories and strategies.
Let's have a look at your account, because my account's down at the moment. We started with 10,000, mine's down 9,820, so I've lost 2% of the account. I'm under, so I'm not in profit anymore.
Down.
If we look at executions, where are we? My execution lot, I was actually in a trade I took last week with the CAD Swiss, and that went against me early in the week. I haven't entered a trade this week yet, so I have no open positions. And I'm only going to be entering positions when they do meet my criteria. Sophia, however.
Sophia is an impatient asshole and does not do what anybody recommended.
You've done alright. Right now, you've got like an open position with Bitcoin.
Still, yeah.
Which is trading pretty well. CMC markets is...
I've just been listening to the gossip with the Bitcoin, really. Like, I do not know too much about cryptocurrency, but everybody was talking about halving, and we were like, fuck yeah, just spend all your money. And I'm like, yeah, no worries. I buy 0.5 units, it's the only thing I can afford, meeting the criteria, risking 1% of the account.
Well, we had a little bit of luck on the trading game. didn't we? Trading the cryptocurrency. We did a gamble move and it kind of paid off all right.
Yeah, well, I've done it on both accounts.
Here we go. So you've got the one position open, but you're in profit. So you're in profit 10,170 at the moment. So 10,100 is real profit.
Because I'm a hacker. I hacked the system.
Hacked it.
I know what I'm doing now.
On my account, I've been kind of wavering from the plan. So this week, I'm really kind of sticking to this one. I'm doing a couple of back tests with other things, but on a different platform. I really want to keep this clean and only enter the ones that really meet the criteria this week.
Yeah, that's good. My jacket is actually older than 10 years.
Oh,
and it cost €1.
It's off topic or back on topic.
Okay, so let's see where I cashed out. That was on the I had troubles and drama on the beginning at the start of the week actually, when we done our weekly assessment. Like Lockie was done in about an hour. I was here sitting on it probably 4 hours, which is like 2 hours less than the very first time, and I was still very unhappy, and it's just like fucking hell, like it's just taking too much time. I struggle. I can't write it down. Like I see green and red dots on the platform, and I actually don't know.
So interpreting the charts have been a bit harder for you, yeah?
Yeah, and I I've kind of developed like a little different way to do my weekly diary. As we all could see, my first diary was just like, what the fuck am I doing here?
I noticed you've got a little
if you
table
like,
in there.
if you want, you can just open it. And
Which pair are you?
Let's talk about the New Zealand Swiss franc and New Zealand CHF. Yep.
Okay.
So this is how I started, actually not knowing what I'm actually writing there, just to write something down, really. And then I'm like, okay, I like tables or spreadsheets, so let's make it easy for me.
Okay, so this is for this week.
This is for this week, and that was a little bit easier for me because I could get around writing sentences. Like this one is a really late one because I wrote down how I went, like weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 5 minutes, like what we've done in our course, really.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started the first, 10 or maybe 7, I actually wrote exact, went sideways, blah, 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 a little bit movement here and there. But then at the end I just went, it's sideways. It's oversold. The MACD is on low volumes below the histogram, and then I only put or used the EMA or made notes on EMAs 50 and 200 if it was worth it. And then I'm just like, shit, I really need to get quicker at this because it's just taken too much time. Really.
Did you find that this was okay though? Once you had the table, you were kind of powering through it a bit?
I felt a little bit confident, and I entered the trade, but then, and I found the trade really good, actually.
Okay, cool. Should we go have a look at the trade?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So this one, New Zealand dollar CHF.
Yes.
And you entered on the 18th at 14.44.
Yeah, which is like Australian time, and it's probably also a little bit against our strategies because it wasn't actually really a peak time or anything.
So we entered around here.
Yeah, it just looked good to me, and it met all my criteria really.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think we talked about in the car. We talked in the car about this. So I found everything looked great. All indicators were right to me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna enter this trade now and use the price tools. See how to set my stop loss and take win and on a one-on-one thingo. What's it? One-on-one.
The ratio,
Yes.
profit loss ratio. Yeah.
Thank you. So, put it all in, and then 10 minutes later, I actually looked at the trade again, assessed it with the table, and as you can see, I immediately had this, bought the pair, but it kind of doesn't feel right, just because you get all this information and you just, I really need a feeling of security, like I'm doing the right thing, and I just don't get this out of day trading. But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay strong and do this. And I think the next day or at the same night, was it the same night?
Yeah, 18th. Yeah. 9:45.
Yeah, turned out I was right. So
went in your favour.
I got a little bit confident there. So that's why I actually went really brave and set alerts, like time alert, into other New Zealand pairs, which was New Zealand, Swiss franc again, because after I bought it, this is the same one. I get the spray.
Yeah, there we are for a minute.
It's a dead ass fly. And so as I said, I got a little bit confident, and then after the uptrend evolved and I made coin on it, I was like, okay, well, because it's a pair which actually goes sideways quite a lot, and in the weekly and daily frame, and I was like, and this is also another frustrating part, I realized, like, all my pairs seem really sideways in general. I'm like, what? It just doesn't work at all, like I don't want to do this anymore. But then the more I get into intraday
So when the uptrend is over? Cool,
Time.
okay, got some nice little notes there too.
Yeah, because I'm old and I forget shit. So, but like with the trading journal, because I'm just such a lazy person, so I'm not actually going always in the trading journal, and that's why I started making little notes, even in the alerts, what I actually wanted to do. Because if I get an alert, I'm not going straight into the trading journal what I actually wanted to do. So that's why I started making notes there and see if it helps.
Fair enough.
In this stage it actually helps. So I have all my indicators, which is like the RSI, the MACD or MACD, and EMA 50. And if I see the MACD is crossing, I put on the EMA 200 just to seek a little bit confirmation of security or for whatever reason. Anyway, so after watching my trades, I was like, okay, the pattern on the hourly time frame is like, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up and down, just to maintain the sideways pattern in the weekly and daily day frame. So I'm trying to be smart here. And I'm like, okay, it went up, made coins, so it's not taking too long, it's gonna come down again. And this is at this stage what I'm waiting for. But then today at the New Zealand Japanese pair, I was like a little bit surprised, because even intraday on a short time frame it went sideways like this, which was a little bit unexpected for me, and my alarms went off. I'm like, okay, this is shit, don't want to do it anymore, frustrated again. But then a bit later, it's like, it's gonna come on this uptrend, and all the indicators actually tell me, okay, well, I can sell this quite soon, I just really need to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
So, and I think in general we said that I'm not looking after 13 pairs anymore, because I just really want to get
too much workload, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to get better and actually be quicker in reading stuff like this and assessing this.
Well, it sounds like you're getting better. You're like using multiple time frames, and you're having a win on the board. So
yeah, like I'm trying to
figuring
just
out your own processes.
Yes, and once I'm better at this, I look at more trades again, and the same with so yeah, as I said, and this pair particularly, I am waiting that the downtrend kind of occurs, or I get better indicators.
So you've got your price alert 64,600, which is a fair way down.
Yeah, I was thinking, or I was actually talking to you before, looking backwards, like it's on a fairly high point at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
I
So
wouldn't
you're
say
looking at
it's
this
a support resistance, like
yeah,
it's just
it's
somewhere
definitely got
there.
some kind of resistance at the top there. Mm.
Yeah, something. Yeah. I'm just at the moment, just to be like super safe, I'm just really waiting until it comes down a little bit more and I get more confirmation on the 5 minutes or 50 minutes or whatever indicator. I'm usually looking at the 5 minutes because I find it's kind of cool. So I'm not getting any confirmation here, so I'm like, nah, don't worry about it, just wait until sometime. And yeah, and then I started leaving the trade rather than just, because I'm such a psycho and speculative person, and I kind of, like, for me it's really hard because I'm trying to read situations. I'm pretty good reading situations, but I just can't with the market really. So I'm like, okay, no indicator here, right, I'm out. Wait till it actually comes down, and I think I set my alarm down here-ish somewhere about. So it's closer
down,
to
probably hit the EMA 50.
Yeah, it looks like it has been respected it before, so yeah, that's enough for me. So once it's there, I am probably entering the trade to sell it and set my stop loss to probably, yeah, on a 1-on-1 ratio, see if it's coming up there, and then to down here probably, because this is one of the lowest lows, or maybe even here. Just see how I go really.
Yeah, gotcha.
And similar.
So you got a target you're shooting for as well.
Yes, I kind of want to stay like in the middle-ish and not going to the extremes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think even the extremes are probably tried.
Cool.
Anyway.
Alright.
And then similar to the New Zealand, what am I talking about? Swiss. A similar pattern here because it's, I don't know if it's the New Zealand dollar, like similar, yeah, really, actually quite very similar pattern there.
We don't have much news coming from New Zealand.